Hey, what's up YouTube? And Antiyami here with another video of the tier list, and we're going to deal with the mid tiers. So let's get it going. Boop boop. Alright, so we have the mid tiers here. We have, well, mid-low tiers. I apologize. So we have Dr. Mario, Roy, Shulk, Falco, Kirby, Lucina, Pac-Man, and Olimar. Like I said, these guys, the tier lists that are really not like top 25, top 15 are not in like particular order. Just kind of like they're floating in the right area. So this is how we're just working it right now. But that's what I believe in right now. So the orders are how I feel, but they're not 100% correct. They'll flop around throughout my matchup. But this is what I'm going to showcase for today. So let's get back into it. So we got Dr. Mario. So, Dr. Mario is actually one of my characters I use in tournaments as well. So, I use him for certain matchups like Pikachu, Kirby, any characters that usually are fast followers or really small characters. So, like Olimar, I use it for any characters that use projectiles a lot, like Mega Man, Pac-Man. And then also, I like the matchup versus Sheik. I don't know why I like the Sheik matchup. It's really still bad for Dr. Mario, but I'm comfortable in that matchup. Just because you can do down throw fair and it kills Sheik so early. So, tournament, we have seen some Docs in tournament. I know Naira beat Esam and MLG like a while back. So, that's a thing. And this is my Dr. Marios I played against a lot. Not too top levels, but they're still really good. So, definitely I can see Dr. Marios being kind of not solo viable, but very viable because he's just a worse version of Mario. Like, very worst version of Mario. But the thing I like about Dr. Mario over Mario is that the fact that he has very much, he kills faster. His back throw kills faster. I love his cape more than Mario's. His up B is stupid strong. It's so fast, so strong, so good. His fair is so strong. Like, everything he does is strong. His up smash is a little weird and it kills like horizontally. But I mean, it's really cool. So what I seen this character can do, this character is underdeveloped of a lot of new techs. I saw some footstool combos I'm learning on, like down throw, footstool, into like fast fall nair, and then forward tilt, up air, into up B. Up air B, up air grab, up air again. Oh, down throw, up air, up B. And it does like 64%. And it's only on certain characters that work on it, but it's still really cool. And then also you got that roll to the ledge, kind of like, I guess like back here, ledge cancel. Something weird. But, yeah, so that's some of the tricks. I kind of covered that pretty early. Some of the offensive and defensive options that this character has is that, one, the character is really slow. So you have to keep it in account that this character is not going to get in as much as you want. If you want that, please play Mario. If you're not, if you want to play a patient game and play methodically and make a lot of reads, this character is really good. Defensive ways, he has like pills. He can zone back here a lot. Grab is his primary way of getting in. He can also jump above you and into your opponent and do like down B, and that can work if your opponent is like shielding and unshields because they trying to react to like maybe like a falling nair, which does like one hit, but you do multiple hits to the shield. They usually unshield unless they know the matchup. So those sort of things I like about Doc. Matchups, like I said, the matchups I named before about is like Sheik and stuff. Like I feel like Dr. Mario has a really good matchup spread as far as where he plays on the list. So that's kind of why he's like not in the very low tier category where all the other characters are at. I put him up higher just because he could actually beat a lot of characters above him. And if not, if it's even, it's slightly in Dr. Mario's favor, or it's not too bad for him. So I feel like it's pretty like legit to put him here. Next character I have is Roy. Roy is definitely like, I don't know. He's definitely not one of the worst swordsmen because I have Link below him, but I think he's definitely underrated if you use him correctly. Like, Roy has so many, like, he's so quick on the ground. His range is kind of like booty butt. His nair is really good. It's probably like his best aerial he has. His up air is butt. His fair is kind of decent. It can carry off stage if you catch him recovering. You can do down air. Down air kind of sucks. So most of his airs are not that great. Some of his standard attacks, like tilts and stuff, are pretty strong. Up tilt can kill pretty early. Forward tilt, dash attack is pretty good. Down tilt, jab is really good. You could like jab him to grab him to like nair, like it's so good. So stuff like that with Roy is pretty awesome. Cephalon plays this character in tournament, and I'm pretty sure like True Blue, I think not True Blue, I think that's named Static Manny, plays this character a little bit. So not too many like major competitive Roys I've seen do pretty decent, but definitely we've seen some Roys at the local level, which is really awesome. What this character can really do is like it's really interesting because this character is not really necessarily safe on shield. One, he's like the only sword character that's like he has a sword but doesn't have a range of a sword. It's like it's really tiny. So a lot of his moves are not safe on shield. He packs a punch, and the way he gets his kills is like he had to hit the base of his sword, like the whatever the fire, whatever it's called. Hit the base of the sword and it does like increased knockback. Like his forward smash does like 20% versus like the unsweep part that does like 10 or something, and like way less knockback. So you got to be up and close and personal. Offensive and defensive plays, like Roy is definitely a great zoner. He can throw out aerials very fast, kind of like Luigi in my opinion. Like he can do nair, like there, up there. Like he can do aerials very fast, and it's at short ranges. So it's kind of hard for your opponent to actually get tripped up by it if they're good at shielding. So he's good at that. And for defensive plays, like again, he has like an awkward zone where he can just kind of like space aerials and can put your opponent in the shit a lot because he does a lot of fast aerials and things like that, down tilt jabs, and then he can run in for a quick grab and do some things out of it. But I mean, it's Roy. Roy's our boy. Some of the tricks he has, he don't really have too many tricks. I mean, it's basically he can just read your air dodge. I would not air dodge versus this character. This character is scary if you air dodge. So you can do like down throw and read the air dodge and forward smash, and that thing kills you like freaking early, especially if Roy's at rage. So don't want to do that. Matchups is like matchups. I feel like he has decent matchups, but at the same time, he's more rushdown style. So if you can go against really fast, like other slow characters, like maybe he can get in Robin's face, or maybe he can get in like Ganondorf's face and a lot of the big bodies and stuff like that. If you can out like pressure them, because he can put pressure on you like really fast, he can do some damage. So I mean, I don't know like too much like what he's really good against. Maybe some characters below him and some kind of above him, but I'm not sure like all the specific matchup spreads on him. So sorry about that one, but he's here because his matchup spreads is not like super awesome. So that's how we do it. Shulk, our boy Shulk, the Monando boys. Monandos. We have a lot of Shulk representations out there. Tendo Dude is one of the best Shulks out there. There's some other Shulks that are pretty well known, but at the top level, I think Tendo Dude is probably one of the best ones. So we got some little bit of viability for him, and he plays locally a lot, so you can catch him on the weekly stream. I think it's like Versus or something. What this character can do is like his Monado cancels are like really cool. So if you get used to doing Monado canceling, that's something that he can do to cancel out like aerial lags and stuff like that. The cool thing about Shulk is well, that's not really that cool, but he has extremely great range. He can like nair, and it covers like so much range. Like he probably got the most range in the game as far as like sword goes. Without like being, well, it's kind of disjointed. It's a sword, so doesn't have a hitbox. So if you trade with it, it's always gonna win. But what Shulk is that the cool is that he has Monados, and what makes this character so diverse is that he can go into speed, jump, Buster. What am I missing? Smash and Shield. So you can manipulate all 5 of those shields. Monados, and do whatever you like. Offensive, switch to speed or jump, and you can get in there. He has some really good perfect pivot stuff options out of speed. Like perfect pivot up tilt is really good for catching, landing, and things like that. And his tilts are actually really good. Like fair down tilt, it's really good. But speed actually makes his combos connect very good. I think speed is his best Monado. Just speaking is his best by far. If he can last and shield for the rest of the game or the whole game, I feel like he'd probably be like better in the tier list. But whatever, he can still switch it pretty often. Defensive, he has like the shield art, which prevents him from dying, And also he has like he can just zone because he has a sword. I mean, he can just nair, fair, and keep away. So a lot of characters hard to get in, like Mario and characters like that. Like just kind of have like stubby range. Like Jigglypuff struggles against this matchup, like very much struggles. And with the Smash, well, with the Smash Monado, like Jigglypuff dies like so early. He can do down throw in Smash Monado, and it usually kills at the ledge at like 120, 110. It's pretty early. It's pretty scary that he has a kill throw with that. Some of the tricks I kind of talked about, he just has a Monado canceling. Like, it's about the trickiest thing he has. It's pretty difficult to master, but it's once you master it, it's pretty well. And matchup wise, any character that has trouble like getting in there, like people like Ganondorf, he can keep out. Mario still wins the matchup, but it can give Mario some troubles if you don't know what you're doing. Puff, Kirby, characters like that. Olimar, I can see some struggling for him, so that's kind of like where Shulk is at. And his matchup spread is not too like, oh, I'm gonna secondary Shulk because it covers this. Not gonna happen. So he's right here for now. Falco is the next character on the list. Falco is definitely one of those characters that I think is personally very, very underrated, just because he has very good grab combos. Pretty good normals. His lasering is not good, but it can catch people off stage. If you can read a double jump, you can just no more double jump. So the great thing is it has stun on it, so it can take away options and stuff. And it's great for camping. So if somebody's like charging like cloud charging limit, you can just shoot some lasers and disrupt that. That can be kind of annoying to deal with. His reflector is really, really good. His recovery is pretty linear and pretty easy to counter, especially his up B is less than Fox, and his side B has less priority than Fox. And it doesn't have a hitbox towards the end, so it's easy to like to edge guard him in my opinion. But other than that, this character has great grab combos until about like death percent, and then after that he has to work to get the kill. But he actually has kill throws, so at like 160-ish. So it's kind of cool, and Fox doesn't have that, so shoutouts for that. Offensive and defensive game styles, like he can definitely. He's slow. He got a buzz recently for speed, but it's definitely still hard for him to keep up with a lot of the characters in the game. He can definitely like, I don't know. He can't really wall out. His back air, in my opinion, is like one of his best moves, and possibly one of the best in the game, since it comes out so fast, does a lot of damage, can combo, kill, all that stuff. So defensive wise, he can definitely not be camped out because he has reflector, so he can definitely do well in that matchup, in matchups that kind of allows him to like kick things back in his face, like Toon Link, Mega Man, Robin, yeah, Mewtwo, things like that can just kick right back in his face, and you gotta be wary of that. Some tricks he doesn't really have too many tricks. He's not like super technical or anything like that. Like, he doesn't really have too much tech. I mean, Fox got a lot of tech, but in my opinion, not too difficult to play the character. But he's definitely a character that's slept on. If you sleep on this character, you can get wrecked. In my opinion. Matchups, I don't like I said, zoners and things like that. He can do decent, pretty well against big bodies. Again, fast followers, he can definitely do a lot of up tilts in. And he can get some like up throw combos out of fast followers like Mac, Captain Falcon, things like that. Doesn't necessarily say he wins the matchup, but definitely can hold his own in those matchups. Next we got on the list is Kirby. Kirby is definitely one of those characters that I feel like it was kind of weird. He fits somewhere in the middle, but I just didn't know exactly where to put him. So I think he fits pretty snugly here. But definitely Mike Kirby is one of the best Kirbys in Smash 4. Also Kirby, what's her name? Is Supergirl Kells plays a really good Kirby, and I'm missing a Kirby as well, but I can't think of it. Might just be Mike Kirby and those two. Let's just talk about those two guys. But recently I saw some videos versus I seen Nairo fight Supergirl Kells and also Mike Kirby, and it was like, man, that matchup sucks because ZSS hits really like high above people, and the low profile from Puff and Kirby, honestly. It's tough for Zero Suit, but I mean, if you play really well like Nair was playing, definitely not too much of a problem with that. So that's a thing. Kirby has really good fast grab combos. Like he can like do forward throw fair. Like he can do some really long strings off of grabs on most of the cast. he can do some really, really cool stuff. Kirby can rack up damage, but the issue with Kirby is Kirby has to get in. It's hard for him to get in, so he loses to a lot of zoners and things like that. So hey, if you play Kirby and can play Falco, that could be a cool little setup here. Oh, lose to the zoners, play Falco. You know, but I don't know. But some of the things he has, like offensive wise, he can put a lot of pressure on. His nair is really good. You can also go for against linear recoveries. You can do down B and it covers a lot. His down air is like one of his best tools in the air because it can auto cancel on hit, and you can go into like up tilts, into like up airs, and on and on and on. Defensive game, Kirby slacks in this position a lot of times because I feel like if he's camping, he's not getting anything done because he has to get in there to get damage. He doesn't have a reliable projectile. He can probably swallow for a good projectile like Robin's or Corrin's or Fox or something like that and get in there, like Pikachu's Neutral B or something like that. But other than that, he doesn't really have a reliable way to get in. So again, he can zone stuff and play patiently and crouch a lot into his opponent. You know, like basically bait the opponent out to doing something and then get in. Tricks, Kirby doesn't really have too many tricks. He just have long extensive combos that you need to master. That's just the thing. Like Kirby doesn't really have any cool tricks. Maybe when you swallow side, not swallow side. Well, I mean it's a thing. You can swallow people's powers, and it's so like you can do so many things. Like in the matchup with Villager, like you can do a lot of cool setups with that. You can do some guaranteed things out of most people's art. Shout outs to Shulk for if Kirby gets Shulk's art, man, it's game on. But matchup wise, Kirby struggles against a lot of against Zona player characters, but does a lot of good against, again, I keep saying big bodies, but when you combo heavy like this, big bodies do get comboed to death. Fast followers, Kirby can handle his own, and a lot of characters that hit high like Zoda, and I think ZSS kind of struggles, doesn't lose the matchup, but struggles can, you know, if you don't know the matchup. So that's Kirby. Next we have Lucina. Lucina, I kind of use her in tournaments versus some matchups. So I like to use her a lot. Not too many notable characters with this. Well, not too notable Lucinas. And a lot of people say, don't play Lucina, just play Marth. But there are some slight differences in the character design and stuff. In my opinion, I like playing Lucina over Marth. But Marth is still the better character. That's why you don't see her yet. Or see him, sorry. What she can do a lot of things. She can do like jab into forward smash. Jab is like one of her best things in neutral. Like jab, anything. Jab fair, jab down tilt, jab, whatever. Down tilt is really good. If you can do perfect with down tilts, it's so good. You can do like jab to dancing blade. You can do falling up air until up tilt, until like another up air. You can do down throw to back air. You can do forward throw to fair if you're fast enough. I think it's a frame perfect combo at some percents. And then sometimes you can have to like bait your opponent out to do something. If they air dodge, you can just wait, like punish, or if you're fast enough, they don't do anything, you can just run up and hit them. Or I can do reverse, like raw back air. So you can do forward throw and then reverse back air. I think back air does more damage, so I usually go for that. So that's what some of the things the character can do. Also, I mean, offensive, this character is really good. It's kind of like Roy. She's kind of like unsafe on shield a lot of the times. But she also has a shield breaker, and that's what Roy doesn't have. So if you can catch your opponent slipping, you can do like a fair. If they still stay in shield, you can shield break, and that's not guaranteed, but still the fact that she has a shield breaker is a thing. And they got nerfed, so sad face. Sad face. Got nerfed. Defensive wise, again, she's a sword character. She can zone a lot, and can like bait characters out to doing stuff. So if she gets a good read, she can do a lot of damage. Thank you for the buffs that can give her like, I think fair does like 11 now, and she does a lot of damage now. So she's good. No tipper, but she's more consistent with the forward smash because she hits the base or the tip. It does the same knockback, but it killed her. Forward smashes are so good. So shout out to that. And her up smash is amazing too. Not as good as Mars, but it's still really good. Some of the tricks she can do. She can do some really weird, janky, cool combos. Like she can do like short hop, first hit a dancing blade, it's a nair. And then you can do like up smash, forward smash from there. She can do some really cool setups, and things like that. So she has some good guaranteed stuff. So definitely some of the things to watch out for on that. Another cool thing is she can Trying to see what I was gonna say there. Actually, never mind. We ain't gonna go into that. That's just some of the cool things she got. Matchup wise, I feel like she's good against characters that are, again, really slow or needs to get in there. Like I think she can definitely box against Roy very well. I think Roy can be more aggressive than Lucina because just how fast Roy's short hop is and how fast he can shark and stuff like that, and the dash dancing, that's what I was gonna talk about. It's really good, but yeah, she definitely has, like, she struggles in a lot of matchups, but obviously Marth wins all the matchups that she can win as well. So just go Marth most of the time. Like Luigi, you might as well just go Marth. Sheik, you might as well just go Marth. Like, you just might as well just go Marth. But I still like the character more than Marth, so I still play her and rock her out. Next we have on the list, we have Pac-Man. Pac-Man is one of those characters that, my opinion, is very, very tricky. If you go against a really good Pac-Man player, in the beginning of the game, when the game first came out, I was so scared to go against Pac-Man's because I felt like I didn't know what all he can do. He was so tricky. He has the hydrant. He has the bonus fruit. He has, like, everything, like the trampoline. He has set us for days. But if you know how to tackle on Pac-Man, you can do pretty well versus him. He's not very scary once you understand all his tricks. So I'll play a little bit of Pac-Man just to understand what he can do. But the bad thing about Pac-Man is that he can't kill. So, yeah, he has an issue of killing. So, one thing I like about this character as far as, like, what he can do is that he has a lot of janky footstool combos and things like that. I think it doesn't really happen much in tournament, but you can do it. I mean, it can happen. Alberdongo is, like, the pilot of this match, or of this character, because he's so good. He's so good. He got like top 16 in a lot of tournaments, top 8 with Pac-Man. Then he switched over to Mewtwo and Meta Knight, did some of that stuff in between, but he really busted out. Oh yeah, last tournament he busted out Pac-Man. It was so hyped. I was like, so good. Unfortunately, he didn't win though. But definitely some of the tricks he has is that he can do like some really janky setups with Hydrant. Like Hydrant is like the most versatile projectile I've seen ever. The way you hit it can project out the angle of which you can do it. You can do like Hydrant, back air, jab, and it covers like the ledge so well. It's kind of like a Gordo, but you can't knock it back. And then you can also do like Hydrant, back air, up B, and then the Hydrant's in the spot of the up B, so it can cover that position. If your opponent walks into it, it can't shield it because the up B trampoline knocks him into it. So good. The key into the Hydrant, like, it's so many things Pac-Man can do. It's like I can't even list them all. We'll be here all night. Some of the matchups, I mean, again, like, he's a really hard zoner. So he can't force too many things. So I don't know, like, what matchups he can excel in, except for people that don't really know the matchup. But he's definitely a really good character because he has like a really good nair. His aerials are kind of like meh, but his nair is really good because it's like frame 3 and it's like strong and it can kill. But he's definitely a really tricky character. So if you don't know the matchup, you can like. So I mean, that's what it is. But he struggles against a lot of the top tier characters. So that's all I want to say about that. So that's where he's at. Then next we have Olimar. Olimar is like, man. Olimar in my opinion is like underwhelming, and at the same time like it can be frustrating. At the same time, it's not that scary, depending on how you're feeling in the matchup or where you at in the game. Like if your opponent walls you out with a whole bunch of Pikmin and your character can't deal with it, then it's like, screw my eyeballs out. But there's a lot of characters that can deal with Olimar because his items are like his Pikmin are considered like items, so you can do a lot of things. So you can cape it back, you can reflect it back at him, you can like trade with it and it doesn't do anything. But I Am Hill plays this character. The Buzz, notable for playing this character, got really far in last tournament CEO with him. Did really well, beat Zenodo in winners with this character and lost to him in losers. So the character is actually not bad. Definitely not like solo viable or by any means of the saying, not any means of being a good character like that, but definitely in some matchups. I like Olimar versus the Diddy Kong matchup. I feel like that matchup is almost even per se, because he can keep Diddy Kong out and the Pikmin can carry his banana, which is kind of funny. But yeah, so like offensive wise, he can get a lot of pivot grabs. He can get grabs into like fair, up air. You can do side B if you have a white Pikmin next and do a lot more damage, and it's so good. Defensive wise, he has Whistle that can like absorb momentum from a hit. So if you get hit, you can whistle it and then nothing happens. You just take damage, kind of like Ryu's down B. And it works in that nature, except for you're not in an attack. You're just regrouping your Pikmin. That's kind of cool. Olimar's naturally a defensive character, so he usually just run around side B a lot. Forces your opponent to approach, and then you can like pivot grab and forward smash and all that great stuff. You know what Olimar does. Tricks. I'm not saying that to be tricks. Just he's a pretty basic character. Like he just throws Pikmin. You gotta have a great mindset of what Pikmin comes next, so you know attack to do. So if you have a blue Pikmin, you want to use blue Pikmin for grabs. You want to use white Pikmin for side B. You want to use red Pikmin for, I guess, depends on the matchup. It's all the matchup dependent. Blue Pikmin, I already said blue Pikmin. Purple Pikmin are like some of your best Pikmin options because you can side B and it can cause like damage. Not damage, it causes knockback. So that's pretty useful. And yellow Pikmin is also matchup based. So, you know, that's a thing. I think red Pikmin have a better chance of spiking. Electricity has a little more stun time, so you can kind of follow up more after you hit them with yellow. Like fair, you can probably do another fair or something. It's something like that. It's kind of like weird because electricity has more stun on hits. So, matchup wise, again, like I think he's decent against Diddy Kong. That's about like the only notable top tier match I can think of. I don't know if anything else like top 15 I can think of, but does pretty well versus most of these characters below. I think he does good against Pikachu and some of the smaller characters. He can do things. He can wild a lot of big characters. So he can be pretty annoying to fight against, but he's definitely not like scary, but he can be scary if you don't understand the matchup. So alright guys, this wraps up this section of the video. Again, if you guys have any comments or any advice for any of these characters up here, let me know. Sorry I'm making these videos very long, but it's kind of hard to like put everything in like not too much details, but I'm trying to wrap it up. So alright guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video and see you later. Guys, I know a lot of people have their opinions on their own tier list, but this is just straight up my opinion.
Battlefield, bro. And he's going Meta Knight. I asked him who he mained, and he mained